Okay, class. This lesson is going to be a little bit different than most of the lessons that I've taught in that I wanted to address a question that many have asked me, and I'm sure you're thinking about this. And that question is, why do I need to learn math? Now, there are thousands, hundreds of thousands of reasons why you need to learn math, and I can probably go through that list. The challenge here is to explain to you the key items or the key reasons why you need to learn math that is relevant to you. Okay? So I'm assuming that you're either in middle school or in high school, possibly college. And so I'm going to come in from that perspective. And I'm going to just give you a couple, maybe three key reasons why learning math is valuable to you. Now, I will preface by saying that can you succeed and survive in life without knowing math or without doing well in math? The answer is yes. But if you do learn math and learn it correctly, your life will actually be made easier. And hopefully the couple of examples that I'm going to go through will show you that. So in case you haven't realized, math is everywhere. Wherever you go in life, math is everywhere. You may not realize it, or maybe you do. But it's definitely everywhere, and you can take advantage of knowing math to help you in your everyday walk. Okay, so here's one example. When you go out to the store and you go shopping and you see all these deals that are being advertised, it's important to understand what they mean, right? So here's an example. You're going to see something like buy one, get second 50% off. Or you're going to see something that says get 1/3 off. So the question is, if you're buying the same product and you see two different offers, which one is better? Now, you can easily know the answer to this question if you know your math, right? It's not rocket science, it's not advanced math, but it is some level of math. But if we move on to something a little bit more complicated, we would see something like this. Is it better to lease a car or just buy the car through finance or through cash? Okay? This is a question that you're going to be asking yourself at some point in your life, if you haven't already, because you see these deals and commercials all the time. And these deals are being pushed to you because businesses are trying to make money off of you. So the question here is, which way is better? And if you know math to a higher level, you can actually figure this out. It's a simple math problem. So when you go buy a car, these dealers know their math really well. And if you don't, they will run circles around you. Okay, so let's take this up another level of this difficulty. And this is something that you will encounter at some point in your life. When you go to buy a house, you're going to most likely have to get a mortgage. And the question that you're going to want to ask, you may not know to ask if you don't know math, but when you borrow money from a bank to pay for a home, they're going to charge you interest. Okay, interest is just extra money you have to pay for using their money. Okay, now if you don't know math, this will have no meaning to you. But if you do know math and you understand how to apply the math that you've learned in school, okay, you'll know how much the bank is making money off of you. You'll know exactly how much you're paying. Now, they'll tell you that they're going to charge you 3% interest or 7% interest or 10% interest, whatever that is. But that doesn't really mean anything to you, especially over the life of the loan. What do we mean by the life of the loan? It means how much you're going to be paying over time. So every month you've agreed to pay a certain amount, and you're going to do this for 30 years or 15 years or whatever the term you've agreed to. During that period, you need to understand how much extra money you're paying the bank So at the end of the day, you need to know how much money is going to cost you to buy this house. And then if you really understand math, you'll learn that by paying extra payments in a given year or in a given period, you can actually pay less interest over the life of the loan. Now, I won't go into the details of that, but these are just 3 specific examples where if you don't know math in your everyday life, when you become an adult and you're doing your own thing and you've got your job, these situations will take advantage of you and you'll have less money in your pocket. By knowing math, you will learn to be more efficient and spend only on what you truly need. Okay, so this is one reason why it's important to know math. Okay, now I'm going to go on to a second reason, which is more, I guess you could say philosophical, but hopefully I can come up with a relatable situation that will help you to really understand where you are in the whole learning process. Okay, so the second reason to really learn math is that math makes you stronger. Okay, now, do I mean physically stronger? No, I don't mean physically, but it makes you mentally and psychologically stronger. Okay, and it's kind of like going to the gym to work out. When you go to the gym to work out, you're lifting weights and you're exercising different parts of your muscles, right? Different parts of your body, whether it's biceps or triceps or your pectoral muscles, you are exercising different muscles of your body. In the same way, when you're learning math, whether it's algebra or geometry or trigonometry, or if you move on to calculus, these are all ways to exercise your brain muscles. Now, why do you need your brain muscles to be stronger? Ultimately, you want your brain muscles to be strong so that you can tackle life's problems. Okay? Math is solving a problem that has a defined answer. When you go into the world, into the real world, you will encounter problems that do not have a defined answer. So how are you supposed to solve life's problems when you don't even know how to solve simple math problems that have an answer? Okay, so this is the reason why it's important to learn math. Now, another example is that learning math is very similar to what the Karate Kid went through in the movie The Karate Kid. So for those of you who haven't seen the movie The Karate Kid, I would highly recommend that you watch it. For those that have seen it, I think you'll have a better appreciation for what I'm about to explain. And that is, in the movie, I forget the character's name, but he meets Mr. Miyagi, who ends up becoming his karate teacher or sensei. And Mr. Miyagi agrees to teach the main character, and I just remember his name. His name is Daniel, and the teacher calls him Daniel-san. Agrees to teach him karate. And he starts him off by doing all these chores like painting the fence and waxing his car. But the way he has Daniel paint the fence and the way he has Daniel wax his car gets him to the point where he's so frustrated that all he's doing is doing chores. But in the process, he doesn't realize that he's actually learning karate. Okay, and if you watch the movie, you begin to realize that when Daniel complains to Mr. Miyagi about how all of this stuff is just a waste of his time, Mr. Miyagi puts him to the desk, and Daniel finally realizes that everything that he's been doing, all of these hours he's been putting into whether painting the fence or waxing Mr. Miyagi's car, was actually learning karate. Okay, so math is exactly like that. You're going through all of these lessons and you're learning different things about algebra or geometry or whatever class that you're taking, and you're thinking to yourself, how am I ever going to use this in life? Why do I need to know this? Okay, You are Daniel's son in this situation. You still don't realize fully why you're doing all of this, and you won't know until you start to apply some of the things that you're going to need to do later in life, that you'll realize, oh, now I see why it was important to learn this technique in math. Okay? So, in summary then, math is very similar to learning karate in that you're learning various techniques in multiple areas of math to help you to build up to become a full individual who's capable of solving problems in life. Just like in karate, you're learning different techniques and different ways to either defend yourself or attack your opponent. At the end of the day, once you master karate, you're able to walk your life with confidence and be able to handle anything that comes at you. Okay, so those are the two main examples that I wanted to share with you. Hopefully this gives you some further perspective on the importance of math and will give you the necessary motivation to excel and do the best that you can in learning what's being taught to you in class. As I said, there are hundreds of thousands of other reasons why math is important, but hopefully what I've shared with you is something that you can relate to and will be more applicable in where you are today. Thank you.